My daughter drew a disgusting picture of our family every night. I just found out the horrifying reason why. At first I thought it was cute. Emily would come home every day from school and start drawing a family portrait of herself, my wife, and I just watching a sunset on the beach. I always thought it was a bit strange that all the drawings she did were the exact same, but I just brushed it off, assuming that it was the only thing she knew how to draw. But I'm not sure how innocent her drawings are after what she drew last night. She came back home just like usual and got on the couch to get started on her drawing, but instead of bringing it to me after she finished like usual, she took it to her room without telling me. I thought it was super weird because she was always proud of the stuff she drew. So I went into her room to see if she was okay and saw the horrifying drawing next to her. In the picture was all three of us watching another sunset, but there was a fourth figure behind us. It was super tall, black, and had no face. It had long arms, and the hands were reaching from behind us. I asked her who it was, and all she said was, "That's the man who stands in my closet." I told her not to make jokes like that, but she followed it up with, "It's okay. He told me that we don't need to be scared of him." I ripped the drawing in half, tossed it in the trash, and told her she was grounded. But the next day, after she came home from school, she drew another one. It was the exact same drawing of all three of us watching a sunset together, except this time we weren't smiling, and the tall man was a bit closer to us. I found it odd that every other detail was the exact same, except these, so I asked her why she drew it again. I didn't. It was under my pillow when I woke up. My wife told me I was overreacting, and that this is just what kids do. But behind those unconcerned eyes, I could see how scared she was. The next morning, I found a third drawing on my dining table. This time the figure had its hand on my shoulder and was right next to me. I woke up Emily immediately and begged her to tell me the truth. I told him to stop, Daddy, but he says we're almost ready. I decided enough was enough and checked all her closet, all her toys, and even under the floorboard, but I didn't find anything. So I installed cameras in her room when she went to school that day and stayed up until 3 a.m. watching the live feed while she slept. Nothing moved, so I decided to go to sleep. But when I checked her pillow the next morning, there was another drawing. This time the tall man had red eyes, and there was now a fifth person in the picture, standing right behind my wife. The creature was tall, had claw marks all over its body, and most importantly didn't have a face. I went back to the live camera to check the footage again, but at exactly 2:47 a.m. the screen glitched. When it came back 2 minutes later, it showed Emily just smiling in her sleep like nothing had just happened. I decided that our home was no longer safe and took both of them to a hotel. When we came back 2 days later, the house was cold. Dead flies were on the windowsills, and it looked like a rat had just died in there. But something else was strange. All the paintings in the hallway were flipped upside down, and in the center of the living room floor was a brand new drawing of us three looking through the windows. The tall man was outside of the house staring at us, while different creatures were right behind him. I tried to burn the drawing, but it wouldn't catch on fire. I threw it in the garbage and ran to tell my wife, but when I turned the corner into the bedroom, she was standing perfectly still, holding another drawing in her hands. "They don't want her anymore," she said. "They want us." I took the paper from her, but when I turned it around, it wasn't a drawing, it was a mirror, and in it, I could see the tall creature right behind me.